Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching Channels Television, celebrating 21 years of professional broadcasting. This is the news at 10, a reminder of our major stories. Nigeria's female football team, the Super Falcons, win Africa Women's Championship, beat Cameroon's indomitable Lionesses to claim trophy for the 8th time. Nigeria and Morocco sign agreements to boost trade and diplomatic ties, including construction of a regional gas pipeline connecting both countries. House of Representatives set to probe federal government-owned development finance institutions, says bodies have failed to live up to expectations. And at least 9 people die in California club night fire, 25 others reported missing. Do remember that all our top stars can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. Besides the news and updates, the Channels TV app has an eyewitness feature. We encourage you to use it to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the eyewitness menu and follow the instructions. The National Youth Service Corps needs restructuring or an outright scrapping. That's the view of a relative of a Youth Corps member, Ifedolapo Oladipo, who recently lost her life while undergoing orientation in Kano State. The late Ifedolapo was posted to the Northwest State for service along with the Batch C Corps members. Her family has alleged that she died due to the non-availability of adequate medical care at the NYC camp.
Tears flow freely as family members share memories of 26-year-old Ifedolapo Oladipo, a first-class transport management graduate of the Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso. Like many other young graduates, she was mobilized for the 2016 Batch C service year and was to spend the next 12 months in Kano. But this is not to be.
We comfort, keep to my help, children of God, in the name of Jesus.
Exactly a week after her call-up, a corpse returns to her home state following complications arising from an ailment few days into the NYSC orientation program. Her relatives believe the state of health facilities at orientation camps across the country calls for concern.
The consultant called the proper doctor in charge of that health clinic, and the doctor told the consultant that he gave her placebo. They didn't even give her anything until the situation gets out of hand. So definitely, they killed her through negligence.
The copper nurse that followed them, she was speaking Yoruba and she told me vividly. They did not allow them to take her to Aminu Bello. They took her to Kwaso General Hospital where there is nothing to resuscitate her.
The Oladipo family is grieving, but wants the government to restructure the NYSC program and provide everything needed to prevent the loss of it, all in the name of serving their fatherland.
That scheme should be restructured in such a way as to give room, as to enable students do this thing in their neighboring states. And if possible, all these military drills should be abolished. These students are not meant for. They are not being recruited into military something. So I don't see the essence of these drills.
While the Oladipo family waits for answers, only the NYSC authorities can provide. Channels television correspondent in Osun State tried to get the reaction of the Director of Press and Public Relations Unit of the Corps, Mrs. Bosedi Aderibigbe, but she said she was on her way to Enugu and could not speak on the matter.
A very touching story there. The Nigerian army has been reacting to claims in some quarters that it launched Operation Python Dance to target members of the indigenous people of Biafra, IBOP and Masub. The Deputy Director of Army Public Relations, 83 Division, Enugu, Colonel Sagir Musa, told journalists that the operation is to enhance troops' preparedness against security challenges peculiar to the southeast region, especially during the Yuletide period. According to him, the operation is expected to last for 1 month.
The Python dance has been planned for the southeastern region from 27th November to 27 December 2016. The prevalent security issues such as armed banditry, kidnapping, abduction, herdsmen / farmers, clashes, communal clashes and violent secessionist agitation would be targeted. The courts are therefore directed in this wise. The exercise would be multi-agency in nature, where the Nigerian Army and other security agencies will or are expected to synergize and collaborate extensively with the view to addressing these security challenges.
Meantime, the Nigerian Navy has flagged off a sea exercise tagged Exercise Eagle Eye, which is aimed at assessing its operational capacity in the fight against internal and external aggression along Nigerian waterways. Flagging off the exercise at the Warri port in Warri Delta State, Rear Admiral Adebayo Oshinowo, who represented the Chief of Naval Staff, challenged officers not to relent until the war against militancy and all sea crimes are brought to a halt.
With the destruction of national oil and gas facilities in the Niger Delta region in recent times, the need to tighten security on the nation's waterways cannot be overemphasized. Saddled with the responsibility of protecting Nigeria's waterways, the Navy flags off a sea inspection exercise at the Warri port, christened Operation Eagle Eye. According to the Chief of Naval Staff, who is represented by the Chief of Training and Operations, Rear Admiral Adebayo Oshinowo, the objective of the exercise is to assess the readiness of the operational state of the naval fleet and the capability of the command.
At the end of this exercise, it is expected that the Nigerian Navy should have been able to determine the strengths and weaknesses in the extant standard operating procedures, as well as in our logistics arrangements, including the issues related to proficiency of personnel from the command to the lowest level of the operational staff on board the ships, the boats, and other command staff.
Operation Eagle Eye, a new exercise incorporated into the Chief of Naval Staff annual sea inspection, involves the deployment of 9 capital ships, over 80 gunboats and 11 inshore patrol cars and 5 Navy helicopters to cover Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers and Akwa Ibom states. The exercise is scheduled to last for 5 days. From here, the trail moves to the creeks for the destruction of illegal refineries discovered. At the end of the inspection, it is expected that security threats on the nation's waterways, like the activities of militants and pirates, will be completely eradicated, thereby increasing crude oil production and other economically viable activities.
The Nigerian police is as well busy asking Nigerians to feel free to report any of its officer that is found wanting in the discharge of their professional duties. This is coming from none other than the police, who say that this is in line with the Change Begins With Me program of the federal government. Having embraced the program themselves, the police say they are out to assure the public that the campaign is a joint effort.
The Nigerian police in 3 states strive to fulfill their mandate of law enforcement in the thick of the Yuletide season. In Kwara State, the Commissioner of Police led other officers in a walk around major streets in the capital, Ilorin, as the Change Begins With Me campaign was propagated and the Public Complaints Rapid Response Unit launched.
Police is rebranding because the change starts with the police, and that change you are going to see in our service delivery, and that service delivery can only be measured when you give us feedback, and that is why there is this launching of Public Complaint Rapid Response Unit, on which you have 7 platforms by which members of the public can get back to the police on measurement of our assessment, either in our operations or attitude of our men.
In Jos, the Change Begins With Me campaign was launched by the Plateau State Police Command, as well as the Medical Outreach and Police Public Rapid Response Unit.
That's our desire that we have started to look into the Change Agenda program of the federal government, and that is the rebranding of a Public Complaint Rapid Response Unit.
And in the Northeast, the media, religious clerics and stakeholders gather in Adamawa State for the launch of the Public Complaints Rapid Response Unit of the Adamawa State Police Command. The police commissioner says the unit is responsible for all complaints of professional misconduct.
In line with the change agenda of the federal government of Nigeria and the Change Begins With Me campaign, the Nigeria police will at all times ensure that its personnel are accountable to the Nigerian people by ensuring that all citizens and residents of the country have a unit through which all grievances against police actions and inactions are taken up and addressed.
With the arrival of the Yuletide season, the vigilance of the police by these actions is a clear reminder of the mantra, the police is your friend and helper at all times.
The federal government has made known its plan to ensure that information and communications technology is deployed in all aspects of governance in the country. The Minister of Communication, Mr. Abdul Rahim Shitu, said this after a meeting with the Governor of Sokoto State in Abuja, adding that the proper use of ICT would go a long way in improving the lifestyle of Nigerians. The Governor of Sokoto State, Mr. Aminu Tambuwal, on his part, said his state is set to collaborate with the federal government towards effective use of ICT.
Engagement is all about the people of Sokoto State and indeed Nigerians, and is around and about how we can use technology to continue to impact and improve on areas of education, healthcare delivery services, and agriculture. We are going to continue to collaborate, especially in areas of ensuring that we use ICT extensively in areas of improving our educational system in the state.
We have discussed about digitization. We have discussed about making sure that the ICT, is brought to bear on all aspects of governance. I know his passion for even agric. I know his passion for education. I know the strides he's making in the health sector and in general governance. We are looking at the possibility of collaborating to bring, the benefits of ICT revolution to Sokoto. Sokoto has a long history of scholarship. You would agree with me, from the days of Usman Danfodio up to the days of President Shagari, and till this moment, I think Sokoto is one of the very lucky states to have a consistent high quality or improving quality of leadership. And I am very comfortable that he's one person we can work with towards bringing about improvement in the social and economic life of the people using ICT.
When News at 10 returns, federal government moves to investigate over deductions on Paris Club loans from state governments. That's in business news. Join us again.